Hello, Louisa Whitney here from LKW Family Mediation. In this video, I wanted to talk to you today particularly about the so-called divorce day that newspapers like to shout about on this particular day of the year. It is something that, quite frankly, makes my blood boil. So if I start with the facts, the last statistics I've seen show that during the first quarter of the year there were 0.8% more divorce petitions issued between January and March than in other periods during the year. So if you think of the number of divorces in a year and you break it down into sort of averagely 25% in each quarter, there was 25.8% of the divorce petitions in a year issued in that first quarter. So I would suggest that 0.8% more in one quarter is really not the significant increase that needs to give rise to hysterical headlines. Secondly, I think that the idea that somehow people who have spent Christmas together, decided it's awful and thought that's it in January, I'm going to start a divorce petition, is not the real situation. Most people I see have known that there have been problems in their relationship for some time, and it's very much the culmination of periods of time, sometimes years, trying to make it work, thinking it through. I don't think I've ever met anybody that takes that decision to separate lightly, and I think it does a disservice to all those people who have searched their hearts and their souls before making that decision to somehow suggest that the turkey wasn't cooked right and they didn't get the Christmas gift they wanted, so they're off. I also think that for anybody who has reached that decision, there can be an enormous amount of sadness and regret, and making it frivolous doesn't really help them to deal with that. If you're the person who has recently been told that their partner wants to separate, then seeing all these headlines of stories of things that might have happened and everybody's now getting divorced, again, I don't think is helpful either. I don't think it helps anybody to feel any better. I think that it's often based around a kind of celebrity divorce story, and I've talked about those in videos before, which is usually a massive invasion of that person who's going through a separation's privacy, or it's based on hearsay and rumours and things that they've been told that may or may not be true. And it just doesn't really give the true picture of what happens when a couple take the decision to separate. I also think that these stories are built around the myth that when you separate there needs to be a big court battle and everybody falls out and it's awful and everybody spends lots of money and they hate each other forever. And in my experience, that really isn't the case. Most couples who separate would like to maintain a friendly relationship, particularly where they have children, because they know that that's going to be the best thing for their children. And sometimes that proves really hard, and that's when they just need a bit of extra help and support to kind of get that communication back on track, or to sort out where the wires have got crossed. So if you're reading anything in the paper, online, clickbait, whatever, about Divorce Day today, please take it with a pinch of salt. And can I also ask you to either share this video or tell people that it really is a complete myth and it's one that's not helpful, because I do feel that the more people that are informed about this, the less desire there will be for these headlines. And we all know the way that newspapers and the media works. If there's no desire to read these headlines and they don't generate the interest, then there will be no point having them. And wouldn't it be wonderful when there's a story about a couple that separate and put their children's needs first and manage to sort it all out without any drama or headlines? Thank you for watching this.